Hey, welcome back. So, do you see what I mean? Like, the first two videos I did this week, I wasn't really into it. And the second two, like, I was talking about the book, and, like, I was into it. And I like that. That's what I'm looking for. And the frustrating thing about doing this sometimes is that I don't know what I'm gonna like talking about until I talk about it. And you're like, well, why don't you just figure that out before you do videos? And my thing is that, like, I don't talk to anybody, so this is when I figure it out. This is me figuring it out. That's what I do here, is I figure it out. Figure it out. Remember that Nickelodeon game show? What was that? What was that about? I forget. Figure it out. It was like, I don't know. They're all stupid. Whatever. Okay, I was gonna try to talk a little bit more about booky stuff. Not as much as yesterday. Just like tangential book stuff that I thought about while reading the book, but not as helpful as yesterday. So Dalton, what do you think about the book? Did you like the ideas from it? I liked it. I liked it a lot. Oh, here he is. Oh, he got back up. He got back up. He got back up. He got back up. Oh. What was one thing? Self-help books never self-help me, but this one did. It's not a self-help book. That's why I liked it. CBT. It's better to exercise when you feel anxious. Okay, that's a good one. That was an interesting thought that I had where, like, whenever I get anxious before a thing, I always get really tired, and I always avoid, like, even last week when I did the improv thing, usually I'll try to do, like, a little stupid exercise for, like, a half an hour before, right after work at 3:30. But when I do the improv, I'm like, well, improv's going to be so hard. Like, just give yourself a break. Don't exercise today. And that's what I do. And then before you do the improv, you're, like, really tired. And you're like, I don't want to go. I just want to stay on this couch. But the book says, like, it helps. Like, you don't have to exercise. You can just walk. Like, you don't have to do, like, bench presses or whatever. Which is always what I think when I hear exercise, is like, you gotta run around. It's like, well, kind of, but also, you don't have to. You can just walk, like, take a walk. That's fine. And it's interesting that my body, like, and my brain is always like, you need all of your energy for the social thing that you're doing. So give yourself a break. You don't gotta exercise today. And that's what I do. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna go to the improv thing at night. What I'm doing is, they're doing a show in Utica tomorrow night, and I'm gonna go. So, like, tomorrow at 3:30, I'm like, well, you gotta do this improv show thing, and you gotta go, so, like, you don't have to exercise, but maybe I should, because the book says, what did it say? It's better to exercise when you feel anxious before an event. I always just lay around. But you can just go for a walk before a date. Go for a walk. And there are a lot of benefits to that. She kind of framed it like you're burning off your anxious energy, and it keeps your mind busy. Like, instead of just being sitting here and just being like, ugh, you're like walking. I don't know, and it helps. The thing that, now that I'm thinking about it, that I always hate about that is that when you're doing something, time goes by quicker, right? Like when you go on a walk, or when you watch TV, time goes by quicker. And I'm like, I want time to go by slower right now because I don't want to go to this thing. So I'm just going to sit here and not do anything. That's always what I do. I don't know if that's a common thing that other people do, but like if I have to go to a social thing, I won't play a game before because the game will make time go by quicker, and I don't want to do the thing, so I want time to go by slower. So I'll just sit and do like a slow time thing where I'm just like, I don't know, I just like sit around and I'm like, I don't know. I just don't want time to go by quick. So that's why I don't really like the idea of exercising before, because I'm like, oh, I'd have to do the exercise and then I'm going to go right after. I have no time to like just sit and not do anything and make time go by slow. So that's why I didn't do that in the past. I don't know how to get out of here. I'm stuck in here with the flood. The flood's stuck in here with me. Whoa. That's really badass. How did I think of that? I'm so cool. I'm stuck in here. I know you just have to leave, but I don't know how to get out. Oh, because this door is broken. Ooh. I think that's where I came from. All that glitters is gold. On that shooting stars. Okay. And I think I have one more note. Improv is perfect. The amygdala perceives imagined threats the same as actual. Ooh. That's interesting. So this is a way like your cortex and amygdala are kind of connected in that your amygdala reacts to things that your brain thinks of similarly to if it's actually happening. So you can create anxiety in your amygdala with just thoughts. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you see a snake. Even if you think of a snake and you're afraid of snakes, it can cause an amygdala reaction, which makes sense, but it's kind of interesting to think about. Your amygdala doesn't know the difference. It's stupid. It's like an ant. But an ant doesn't have a cortex, so your amygdala is reacting to thoughts the same way an ant would react if an ant could think, which it can't. Does that make sense? If an ant could think of rain and it thought of rain, it would be afraid even if it couldn't see it. But it can't because it doesn't have a cortex. Hey now, you're an all-star. Oh god, I'm going in circles again. What does that do? Oh, I don't like that. Turn it back on. Ah. Okay, this could be the way to go. Yeah, definitely. I remember this. Are they coming for me? Okay, cool. That's cool. I think that's the last one. Oh wow, no, maybe not. You can rewire your amygdala. Humans have evolved to fear spiders, blah blah blah. Your amygdala can create emotional memories and trigger your cortex. Doesn't remember or understand why. Ooh. I very often create cortex rationale after amygdala response, which I shouldn't do. Okay, actually, I have genetic sensitivity. Okay, I have a lot more notes about this than I thought I did. Your amygdala can create emotional memories and triggers that your cortex doesn't remember or understand. Why do I feel scared when someone talks to me? There's an amygdala memory for that. There's a reason why. It could be genetic, kind of, but I think in order for there to be an amygdala reaction, there has to be something physical that actually happened to you. Like if you're super scared of spiders, you probably got bit by a spider or something. Like everybody's scared of spiders, but if you have arachnophobia, maybe like your dad died from getting bit by a spider or something. Like I don't have arachnophobia. If I see a tarantula, I'm gonna freak out, but everybody does that. But like some people, when they see like a little guy, they're like, ugh. They probably have an amygdala memory. The interesting thing is that sometimes you don't remember your amygdala memories. Your cortex doesn't remember it. So you're like, why am I afraid of spiders? Doesn't make any sense. Why am I afraid of talking to people? Doesn't make any sense. I must have had some kind of an amygdala memory. I don't know. When I say this out loud, it doesn't seem true, but let's just go with it. Because maybe it could just all be genetic. Who knows? Where do I go now? How do I get out of here? All these doors are nothing. I remember being in here. I think I wrote down something that I thought might be one of my amygdala memories. And it was when I was, okay, what did I write down? Genetic. I think I have genetic sensitivity that I'm embarrassed by when I'm in social situations, but I could have an amygdala. I remember, so this is a memory I had. I don't think I ever talked about it. I was in kindergarten and I cried once because my mom didn't say goodbye to me. I remember crying the entire day at kindergarten because before you go into the class, like you're standing in line and then your mom's there and you're like, okay, goodbye mom, I'm going to class. That's what you would do every day. Wait, why did I bring this up? Because it doesn't have anything to... Emotion in public. Oh, okay. So this is my amygdala memory for being afraid of showing emotion in public. I every day would say goodbye to my mom before I went to kindergarten, and one day I didn't. And then the teacher was just like, come on in. And I'm like, wait, I gotta say goodbye. And my mom was gone or something. And then I just cried the whole day. I think we're gonna have to use a walkthrough, but whatever. We got stuff to do. And so that was very embarrassing. So my amygdala is like, I know what to do. For the rest of your life, never show any emotion in public. And this won't happen again. So it created a memory to fear emotion in public. It's a possibility. I mean, I'm sure it's not that simple, but that's like something I thought of. Don't cry in public. I mean, I'm sure everybody has that, but but now that I'm thinking about it, like that definitely is a fear that I have. I think genetically I am kind of like more emotional, but the amygdala part comes in when I show emotion in public and I have a negative reaction. That creates fear and shame. What was that? Well, that's interesting. I didn't think about it like that. I am afraid. I've always been, well, I've gotten much better, but mostly because I am like older and I'm just dead inside. And when I was younger, I was very emotional. I was much more emotional than I am now, I think. And I used to like cry a lot. And I can remember my dad saying like when he was in kindergarten, like he cried all the time. He didn't like it. He was very shy, I think, when he was younger too, which is interesting. And my mom was like that too, I think. So, Amygdala, Queen Amygdala. The Tyranny of Queen Amygdala. Where do I go? All that glitters is gold. Okay. Oh, I'm done for today. And was that all my notes for the book? I very often create cortex rationale. Okay, we'll start tomorrow on that one, and that'll be it. But 4 days on this book. I gotta read more books like this. You want to see a picture of your cortex? This is your cortex on anxiety. Where's the picture of the brain? I just saw it. Oh, whatever. Here are your neurotransmitters. Do you want to see what a neuron looks like? Mm-hmm. So the neurotransmitters are interesting because the medicine that I take is a serotonin neurotransmitter uptake receptor thing. So like, I guess the idea is like when my neuron releases the neurotransmitter of serotonin, it doesn't get received by the dendrite as much as it should. Like maybe there's some blocks here, and the SSRI, I guess, is supposed to help the dendrite absorb more serotonin. It's not supposed to release more serotonin, which is important because that's how you get addicted to medicine or drugs or whatever. Like when it releases dopamine, or like you take a drug and it releases a bunch of dopamine. That's how you get addicted. But the SSRI just helps you absorb the serotonin that's already there. And I think that's why it's safer. I don't know. Did my Mets lose? Metsies won, 7-6. Yes. You want to watch the... Pete Alonso hit a walk-off home run. Oh, I'm sad I missed that. Let's watch it. You want to watch it? Peter, you did it. You're doing it, Peter. It's loading. That's annoying. I want to see Pete hit a home run. Let's look it up on Twitter. Pete Alonso's wife. Pete Alonso, walk-off home run. Mets win, Mets win. Let's watch it. Are you a Cardinals fan, Dalton? Sorry. You might be, because you grew up in Kansas? You could be. St. Louis, Missouri is kind of close. There's no baseball in Kansas. Kansas City, Royals. That's fun. Hey, let's watch it again. He did it. I like Pete. He's a good guy. He's a weirdo. He's a big, strong guy. I'm a big, strong guy. What's he tomorrow?